Hi everyone, I am Ryan Emparadina, a master's student from Mapua University. Together with Dr. Yogi Prasetyo, I am here to present our paper, Postural Ergonomic Assessment of Filipino Students in E-Learning during COVID-19 Pandemic. Please bear with my voice. I am currently sick while recording this presentation, and I'm wearing a face mask in our home. This is the walkthrough of our agenda for this presentation. First is the abstract, followed by the introduction. Third is the methodology. Fourth is the results and discussions. And fifth, our conclusion. There are 5 outlines in the abstract section. First, e-learning or online learning is an education type that uses the internet. It is commonly referred to as distance learning, on which you will learn across distance and not in a face-to-face classroom discussion. Because online learning involves various processes, the tasks of the students are faced with numerous body parts discomfort. The current study applied descriptive analysis to analyze the impact among the students who are taking online classes at home, the number of hours they spend, risk factors, and muscular disorder experienced by the students. 30 students with a combination of college, high school, and senior high school were subjected to answer an online survey describing their position when taking online classes at home, along with their own sample picture and CMDQ or Corner Muscular Disorder Questionnaire. To evaluate whole body postural discomfort, the researcher used the Ergonomic Assessment Tool, the RIBA or Rapid Entire Body Assessment. Clearly, the research was able to find risks related to the health factors. From the result of the descriptive analysis, factors like age and educational level affect the students to perform their tasks in having muscular disorder or MST, or in short, discomfort. Based on these conditions, the researcher provided a risk mitigation plan based on the results of the analysis to minimize the MST or discomfort among the students. Under the introduction section, we have the background. In the Philippines during the pandemic COVID-19 times, that the government or the Department of Education came up with a strategy that will infiltrate and adapt online learning into schools and universities. Of course, as a result of this situation, the increase of online study at home takes place wherein physical ergonomics is observed. Due to this pandemic situation, students are tasked to stay at home and do online learning. For the problem definition, it increases physical ergonomic discomfort since the student will tend to sit only for a couple of hours a day or per online class session. Increasing the task load will have a significant effect on the performance of the students. This involves health risk and the discomfort or the MSD musculoskeletal disorders. The purpose and benefits are as follows. The study will show also the students' demographic success in online learning. It will also focus on the relationship of the student using his computer and the effect of his performance. When we understand these relationships, it will be helpful in the future in a successful online learning environment. The purpose of the study was to obtain the relationship between physical ergonomic discomfort, the task workload, and the perceived effect during e-learning. This paper will be very beneficial to students and related academic institutions by showing academic strategic plan and mitigation plan on how to apply effective physical ergonomics for online education or distance learning. Furthermore, this study will support in understanding the limitations on physical ergonomics and expectation for the students that will help guide on what will be the presentation materials, course program design, attributes of computer or laptops, tablets, and chairs that are suitable for online learning environments. For the methodology section, the researcher conducted a study among 3 different student levels: high school, senior high school, and college, wherein these students are common to be engaged in online digital learning. A total of 30 students or respondents were voluntarily participated in the study with breakdown of 20 college students, 8 senior high school students, and 2 high school students. An online survey was conducted and sent to the students in order to obtain demographic data, pictures to provide RULA score, RIVA score, and CMDQ to identify where is the location of discomfort. In addition, the types of musculoskeletal disorders were experienced by the students were also assessed by measuring the risk associated while performing the task, which sitting throughout their online class. The statistical analysis on this study was descriptive measures in order to provide a summary of factors based on the data collection. These collected data from the survey were arranged in a simple manner in which the data can be easily understood and illustrated through the use of frequency count and percentage distribution. In addition, the factors considered in the study in processing the data is the standard statistical methods on which it is used for calculating the mean and the standard error. After the methodology section, we now come up with the results and discussion. It was concluded that students felt discomfort mostly on the lower back, 15.96%, 10.15% for hip and buttocks, 10.07% for upper back, while it was less pronounced in the forearm, 1.31%, left upper arm, 2.17%, and left wrist, 2.3%. The results indicated that 14 students, or 46.67, sensed discomfort in the lower back 1 to 2 times per week and had an effect on their ability to study. 11, or 36.67, students assessed hip buttocks discomfort 1 to 2 times per week and had an effect on their ability to study. 12 students had discomfort on upper back 1 to 2 times per week and had an effect on their ability to study. The majority of the discomfort encountered by the students obtained from sitting at home is their lower back. This is because of their proper posture while sitting. The chair used is not adequate to use for long hours, and the reach of their laptop or computers that their body was stretched. A RIBA was conducted in order to validate the cause of discomfort, or MSD, of students in sitting and doing online study. Here is a sample picture of a student doing online study. The results on the table show that this type of posture for sitting while doing the online study task has a very high risk for students that will develop MSD, especially to the lower back, hip buttocks, and upper back. If maintained in this position for a longer period of time, it provides why the majority of the students experience MSDs in these mentioned parts of the body. Using CMDQ, the scores of the students are also high. The sitting posture is very common to the students since they only utilize what they have and what is available at their home. On this slide, we presented the risk mitigation and recommendation. Under the risk mitigation for sitting tasks while doing online class, for the lower back and upper back discomforts, take micro breaks from sustained posture after 30 to 40 minutes and stretch prior to the sitting task, which is helpful to the students and changes the position whenever felt discomfort. This will help also to at least eliminate the body point posture. Hip buttocks must perform brief stretching and warm up, stand at least and walk 5 to 10 minutes inside their house. Recommendation and ergonomic workstation for studying. We have table or desk setup, chair, monitor to avoid eye strain, keyboard designs, and mouse. If you already have an available table or desk at home, you can measure the distance and enough space between your knees and under the table. Make sure that your arms and hands are at rest and at the level as you use your keyboard and not reaching too far. This obviously will result in an automatic discomfort between these body parts when prolonged. For the chair, the available chair at home can be utilized as long as you sit properly and comfortably. You can add a soft pillow to your back and neck. For the monitor, you can adjust the brightness level until you are satisfied and your eyes felt warm. Normal keyboard designs that we can see together with our computer is common. There are two types, a flat and split angle. Both are concerned with the ergonomic position depending on the user. The purpose of the mouse is to hover and click items on your computer during the online class. A common mouse is placed on the top of the table beside your keyboard. This means that the level and reach of the mouse should be the same as the keyboard level. Limitation of the study. The study could further analyze with more respondents, targeting a minimum of 100 students and a maximum of 300 students, as only 30 students were used in the study. The use of pictures in order to evaluate the RIBA for proper scoring and can extended up to utilizing RULA as well. The time limitation to conduct this study is only 8 weeks. We now reach the conclusion. At the end of the study, it was found that students doing online study at home are susceptible to body and health risk factors. Because of this, it leads to physical discomforts associated with MSD of students. It was identified that students are not aware of their sitting posture and has no enough knowledge about physical ergonomics while performing the task and doing their online class. These were caused by having no appropriate tools available at their homes. The students also experienced discomfort due to longer hours caused by the need of the online study, between 7 to 8 hours and 9 to 10 hours. Health and body risk-related factors contributed to the discomfort and MSD of students in the sitting task. The elements were identified to have a common contribution to the discomforts of the students are demographic profile, CMDQ, and RIBA. The researchers was able to come up with a risk mitigation that includes the recommendation to ease MSD on the lower back, hip buttocks, and upper back, and recommendation on how to be resourceful on your available equipment at home in order to perform sitting tasks while doing the online class. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. Maraming salamat po in Filipino. If you have questions, please send us an email. We will be happy to answer that. Again, thank you and stay safe.